What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome to a special mock draft here, coming to you from fanboysanonymous.com. I'm Tony Mango. I've got with me Callum Wiggins.
I choose you.
And Robert DeFelice.
I want to be the very best.
Like no one ever was?
Like no one ever was.
What we're doing today is, we've done mock drafts before with some of the pro wrestling stuff over on smarkoutmoment.com. Check out Smart Out Moment if you're interested in pro wrestling, of course, and follow all those accounts and hit that up and do all that kind of stuff. But we're doing something a little bit differently today. We're going to do this based off of the first gen of Pokemon. So the games of red, blue, green, technically, although that wasn't in the United States, and yellow. And I guess technically we could say Fire Red, Leaf Green, Let's Go Pikachu, and Let's Go Eevee, because they're all Kanto. So every Kanto Pokemon, the original 151, they are available to be picked. And here's going to be a little bit of a breakdown of how we're going to do this. All three trainers here are going to be randomized. And we're going to go in snake style of, the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 3, number 2, number 1, number 1, number 2, number 3, that kind of a style of draft picking. And our goal here is to not only see who is prioritized just in a general sense because it's interesting, but eventually at the end of this, we're going to pick our team of 6. And then at another time, we're going to actually do the Pokemon Showdown online tournament type of thing. We're going to battle each other. We're going to figure out who is the very best. So that's going to be a part of the Patreon. You're only going to be able to see that on the Patreon. So if you are not a part of the Patreon right now, go ahead and subscribe to that. And you should anyway, just because, look, if it's $1 a month, I think we give you more than $1 worth of content. I'm pretty sure that you do too. So go ahead and hit that up. I haven't decided which tier this is going to be a part of yet. I think it's probably going to be a part of the either $1 or $5. Might be the $10 bonus features. I'm still kind of deciding whatever. But drop your comments below. Tell us your thoughts on who you think might get picked, who you think the teams might be made out of, some different things in the meantime. I'll let you know when that's going to go up because we haven't decided when we're going to actually record that yet. Today, we're just taking care of the draft side of things. And obviously, if you are enjoying something like this, also hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let anybody else see this if you think that they might be interested. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. And ring that little notification bell. Maybe I'll have some kind of a video up that says, hey, this is over on the Patreon now. It might just be on the Facebook and Twitter and the website and everything. So stay tuned for any of that information a little bit later on. We obviously can't talk about that yet until we actually do the draft. So I'm going to switch my screen over here to our spreadsheet, handy dandy spreadsheet, where we've got every Pokemon listed out here. So obviously, if you're listening to this on the audio only, you won't see what's going on right now because that's why it's audio only. That's kind of the definition of it. But if you are on YouTube, you will be able to see the video of what we're talking about here. It's a lot better. So hop on over there and do that. We're gonna pick, and we're gonna see what happens. You guys ready?
I am.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so going over here to random.org, we've got our 3 names here. Let's decide what the seeding or the picking is going to be. And it is loading. All right, it's going to be me, Callum, and then Rob.
All right.
So let's go ahead and switch this over just so I don't lose track of who is going first. Tony, Callum, Rob. You know what? Actually, let me do this. I'm going to be a little playful here. Callum, since you get the next pick, do you want to be red, green, or yellow?
Green's my color. Always has been.
Rob, red or yellow?
Blue.
I already got blue.
I'll do red.
R is for red, N for Rob. There you go.
Okay.
So why not? Poor yellow. Yellow could be the referee. I don't know. It's a special Pikachu edition. Doesn't really count. Do you know that they were going to do? Since they did the yellow, they were originally also thinking about doing a Pokemon Pink and a Pokemon Brown. Brown was going to be Eevee and Pink was going to be Clefairy or Jigglypuff. Contradicting
I
stories.
could go with Jigglypuff.
So I got to do the obvious thing here. Oh, if I could actually do it. We're going Mewtwo first because, I mean, come on. I'd be stupid not to. And we're thinking about doing a tournament thing, by the way, for anybody who goes, it's OP. We're thinking about maybe doing a scenario where if we battle out the whole thing and if the Mewtwo one just sweeps everybody, then we'll do a second tournament without Mewtwo being an option, just to kind of be a little bit more fair. All right, Callum, you're up next.
In which case, because everyone knew that Mewtwo was going to go first, so whoever got him, then whoever went first got to pick him. I'm going to sweep up the Dragonite family.
Not bad at all. What I'm going to do here, just to make this a little bit easier, because instead of making that like a whole big thing, I'm going to just turn these red.
No problem.
All right, Rob?
I'm just going to stick to the red and get the whole Charizard evolution.
Both of those very high up on my list. Charizard's one of my favorites. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. That way we can keep track of it better. All right, so I got my... oh, wait, no, it's Rob's turn.
Yeah, Rob,
I forgot it's Snake's turn. I thought you didn't want to pick that one.
I was not prepared to go next turn, but I'll take it.
We've done many drafts before, Rob.
Yeah.
Both of us forgot about the rules.
Listen, Cal, I'm having a day. Give me Blastoise. Give me that whole
Fuck.
solution.
That was my primary fire type and my primary that's the wrong thing. Red. Primary water type that I wanted.
But this gives me an opportunity at the very least to not only sweep up the entire Dragon family, but also take the entire Ghost family as well by taking Gengar.
To be honest, I was not planning on picking up Gengar. There are some major positives to Gengar, but I really honestly forgot about him.
There's one glaring negative. And that's that pulp poison.
Yeah. All right, so I need myself a water type. I'm going to go with Lapras. Where's Lapras on here?
It's a good pick. When I just always think of Lapras, I always just think she off the top of my head.
Yeah, I always think it should be a female. It is kind of weird because some of them, like, obviously they do have, like, I don't know, say like Eevee. I tend to think more female. Electabuzz, I tend to think more male, and they could be both. And then there's other ones where, like Latios and Latias, where it's like, okay, that's just definitively what they are. But it is kind of funny. It's like, Lapras, she, whatever. Wheezing, that guy. Like, yeah. Okay, so I got my Lapras, and I need a utility player. I'm gonna go Nidoking.
Ooh.
I really like Nidoking.
Powerful poison type.
Not really big on it being the poison type, but Nidoking's fucking boss.
It's poison ground. It's got a lot of move dexterity.
Yeah, ground's definitely the reason why I wanted it.
So as Tony took the best possible psychic type, I must settle for second best and take Alakazam.
I knew that was going.
I am going to take Zapdos.
Damn, that was my primary electric. I was hoping that people would forget about Zapdos. As if
honestly, I'm not significantly prioritizing the legendary birds as much as maybe I should.
What's your second pick, Rob?
Oh yes, sorry.
Been over this once already.
I'm gonna take. Give me Onyx.
Old sneaky boy. I always thought that Onyx should be part dragon type. If you're interested in this, by the way, everybody, I did a redoing, kind of like a reboot of sort for Pokemon Generation 1. It's this whole long 3-step process of everything. Like, they should have different types, like Raticate should have a 3rd evolution. I forget what I called it. Some different things like that. Go ahead and check that out. It's under the Fanboys Fix It moniker on the site.
I will pick up Articuno.
Damn it. They're not friends anymore,
Articuno
Cal.
was one of the ones that I originally beat the Elite Four with on my very, very first run. It was Articuno, Charizard, Hitmonchan, Dugtrio, Amistar, and something else I forget. I don't remember offhand.
Amistar?
Yeah, oddly enough. I thought that Amistar was going to be the super powerful thing because it was the fossil.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was just like, well, it's got Surf.
Yeah, it's quite niche.
All right, I'm going to go with a big boy. One of my absolute favorites of all time. Getting my Snorlax. And that makes me very happy.
Knew he was going to go very early, but I tried to prioritize other things.
Snorlax is one of the ones that if Pokemon were real, despite the impossibilities of taking care of a thing like this, I'd be like, give me that big son of a bitch.
Maybe you could teach you how to sleep.
Maybe you could use sleep talk or whatever it is on me. Fuck. I need really got me on that Zapdos pick. I was really hoping to get Zapdos.
Yeah, fuck. Well, Callum took Articuno. I'm sad about it.
Yeah. One left.
I'm gonna go Jolteon.
Oh, son of a bitch! That was my electric tick.
He's quick. I made the mistake with my first time playing Pokemon of getting Flareon, despite the fact that I had Charizard. Because I was stupid enough to think that if I used the other stones, that they would change. Because, kids are stupid. I'm like, well, if I don't like Flareon, I could just use the Water Stone afterward and turn it into Vaporeon, and then whatever. And then I'm like, oh, I can't. Also, my Charizard new cut. So that's how much of an idiot I was.
In which case, I will step into the waters, as it were, and take Vaporeon.
I hate you. That's the second pick in a row, Callum.
Wago's happy about that.
I love it. Vaporeon's great. It's tanky.
Give me Clefairy.
You want Clefable, I assume? Or you actually taking Clefairy?
Well, no, I'm taking the evolution.
Yeah. Like, you want to do it? Clefairy.
Let's not start fucking with the rules here. and give me
Death.
Please. Give me Raichu and give me the Raichu Pikachu.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out of electric types at this point.
And for anybody who's wondering too, by the way, what we're going to be battling based off of current things. So, for instance, like Raichu, Rob will have Raichu, not the Psychic and Electric Alolan Raichu.
Not going to play Alolan Raichu.
Yeah, but at the same time, something like, say,
Clefable would be fairy.
Clefable would be fairy type. Yeah. I was trying to think of a name. I was like, did pointy Gengar. Gengar's got points.
I missed out on Charizard, so I'm going to get Arcanine.
Yes. That was going to be my next pick.
Yeah, no. That's why I didn't. That's why I specifically picked Vaporeon on the previous one, because I know that Rob doesn't need a fire type. I'm being very deliberate in some of my picks here.
Well, you're an asshole.
There's one that I'm almost certain is going to go this round, and if I don't, then I'm immediately picking him up. I'm assuming
him.
Picking it up.
Well, that makes me think, because I was like, I'll just be able to get Arcanine and be happy about that. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Moltres. Where's Moltres on here? There you go.
There aren't actually that many fire types in Gen 1.
And on top of that, I'm gonna go Mew
Oh, doubling up on the
to
powerful
stop
psychic.
anybody else
Really?
from getting Mew.
Really?
Fair enough.
Like,
Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, Rob really missed out on that one.
I forgot Mew was down there until I looked at Moltres. All right, so you
Okay.
picking up.
Oh, it's fine for me in terms of who I'd go for. I'm taking Machamp.
oh.
Now, is it Machamp? Because that's what I always used to say. I hear a lot of people say
I thought it was
Machamp.
I thought it was Machamp.
I don't know, because like I've always said like Machop, Machoke, Machamp.
That's what I
Maybe
say
that sounds
too. And some people
but
are
I
like
can-
Machop and Machoke and Machamp, and then again, it's Pokemon and Pokemon and Pokemon and
Pokémon.
yeah.
Alakazam.
That's mine.
Already taken.
Oh fuck. Well, damn it, Callum. All
And you're
right.
kind of limited in the psychic types now that you missed out on Mew.
I sure am, and I don't like it.
I mean,
You
there's some
get,
crossover.
Venomoth.
There's some crossover ones.
Good old Venomoth from what's her face? Using that despite not being a psychic type. Sabrina.
Give me Arbok and give me. I'll take Psyduck. Yeah.
I always thought it was pretty interesting that Arbok says Charbok.
Charbuck.
And
It's charming.
Golduck.
Yep.
Psyduck's awesome. I love Psyduck.
Oh yeah, he just
He is me. He's currently me in the current state.
okay. I've already filled that quota a little bit. I'm trying to think who I need right now. What I need is Venusaur.
Crap. So for
I
that,
enjoy
I
sitting in the
got
middle sometimes. I think I feel like I'm pissing you off all the time, both of you. It's so good.
yeah, that was my primary.
I didn't play this game the other day when we did the teenage draft.
No,
I was like,
yeah, that's what we should be doing. Is just trying to piss everyone off. If you hear that noise after someone's pick, you know you've done a good job.
Yeah. That means I got to get my number 2, Executor. Now, if I go based off of likes, I like Executor way more than Venusaur. I am not a Venusaur guy, but
I mean, I appreciate in terms of because obviously when you're going into the grass type, you're most likely, especially in Gen 1, picking a grass poison type. I appreciate that Executor is grass psychic instead.
So I got that, and then that's tough. I got a couple options I could go with here. I gotta go Chansey.
Tanky.
Yeah, I kind of get that out of anybody from being able to pick a tank like Chansey, because I don't know how I could beat a Chansey like that. I always like Chansey too. For anybody who's curious where my Chansey goes, it's Togepi, and then Togetic, and then Chansey. That's my Chansey line in my reboot. You go with the egg, and then the chicken, and then the chicken with the egg.
What came first?
The Pokeball.
Okay, give me Tauros.
I figured he'd go around that time. Tauros is surprisingly good.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Give me Magneton. And give me Poliwrath.
It's two good picks, actually.
Can't go wrong with Steel and Electric with a Magneton.
Literally, I'm kind of like I feel like I'm penned into making this move because, well, actually, there's two moves that I can make here to try and protect myself a little bit. So I'm going to take Electabuzz.
Where's Electabuzz on this? Down towards the end, right? Yeah, there you go. It's part of that whole.
I'm just trying to give myself some cover, give myself complete coverage at this point.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Callum's got Venusaur.
Yep.
Goes with your green aesthetic.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
What type of trainer would you guys be if you were just like had a specific role?
Like you had to pick like one type?
Yeah.
I'd probably go Psychic.
I don't want to necessarily be a water type.
Electric.
It looks like it. You've got basically the entire electric generation one on your team right now.
Magneton, Raichu, Zapdos, yeah.
Tony
right.
wanting to be a psychic type trainer isn't surprising at all.
Use Hypno's game to sleep.
I just be like, give me subscribers. You know? I'm gonna go Gyarados. If not just because I like him.
Yeah, that's kind of honestly that's kind of the only reason to get him, because he's actually like I think he's one of those ones that looks super impressive. Is actually trash in game.
And then let's see. My instinct, I was like, oh, nobody got Dragonite. I'm like, oh, that went real quick.
That was a little while ago. The second pick.
Let's go with. Oh wait, I forgot to do the Growlithe. Who has Arcanine? Callum does.
I have Arcanine, yeah.
So then I guess I'll go Wigglytuff.
Ooh. Get some tanks in you too.
Getting very tanky, are we, Tony?
You're just trying to outlast people.
To a certain extent, I'm getting ones that I just like at this point because I'm like, oh, I like Jigglypuff. Yeah.
That's fair enough. I mean, I'm going to double up on one category here at the very least. I'm going to take Starmie.
You motherfucker! That was the next name out of my mouth. Like,
shit, I forgot about Starmie. I should have picked Starmie.
Starmie's great.
Damn, I went right past Starmie with that thing. I actually had Starmie up kind of high.
You know what? Well, if I was to face Callum, I would definitely want Ditto on my side, because fuck you.
Ditto. If we were picking favorites, just favorites, Ditto would be maybe my number one. I love Ditto.
And just because he tickles me, Mr. Mime.
I knew you were going to pick Mr. Mime somewhere along the way. Going into this, I'm like, I know some people are going to pick some people. I knew you were going to pick Mr. Mime.
How does he not tickle you? Like, look at him.
Okay. Give me. I'm looking through just to see.
I knew Callum would get Alakazam too if he couldn't get me too.
Of course I would.
Yeah. I didn't think that you would go with Dragonite first. I thought you'd go with Alakazam.
I saved it in the hope that Rob wouldn't pick Psychic type first, because I think he would have gone with Charizard.
And I did.
But yeah, obviously I was annoyed that he got Blastoise because that's like the water type, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look through here because there's still loads of good options. Pokemon. There's tons of things to choose from.
That's one thing that is a lot different from when I used to play the games, is between abilities and like different strategies that I would never know. I was one of those like brute force types. I was just like, Charizard uses flamethrower over and over again, kind of like, and people I've seen like Sylph Spectre on YouTube has this whole tournament thing, and he takes like a Beedrill and he's like sweeping through teams, and I'm like, man, it really is like, if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. And if you're somebody like me who's just like psychic, then
that's fine. I know that I'm not a professional in any regard, and stuff
yeah.
like that. I'm just trying to pick ones that I know I would pick as kind of meta ones in the games and stuff like that.
I'm sure if anybody who's like a serious person could take a Bellsprout and whip all of us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll vine whip all of us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Rhydon.
I like Rhydon. Rhydon is another one that I switched up and made a dragon type in mine. A rock and dragon. And I got to look at my somewhat prepared list ahead of time to see who I can spoil a little bit. I should have looked at that and gotten Starmie. I'm mad at myself for that. I think I'll grab Jinx.
That, oh my god, bro. Like,
Just to get her out of the way. Obviously, she's a she.
or so we
And
think.
Kangaskhan.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you are getting like the tanks constantly. Alright, this one's kind of a bit left field. But I feel it's important to get one of these types on the team. And so I'm going to take Pinsir.
That is a little out of left field. Pinsir is on the very, very low end of what I would have picked. Never been a big fan of Pinsir.
There's a very good reason why I didn't pick the other one. And I'll explain it once he's picked.
I will take Hitmonchan. And
Nickname him Jackie.
yes. And I'll take Weezing.
I like Weezing. I really like Weezing.
I would have assumed that just comes naturally with Tony, but you didn't pick him.
I'm used to wheezing as it is. Hence I was able to do that fast. And now I'm like, now I shouldn't have done that because that'll be great.
Okay.
Pass out midway through this.
I would like Aerodactyl.
Well, too bad. Too bad you get Krabby. I do like Krabby.
You're Krabby because I got some of your picks.
Yeah. Aerodactyl's cool.
Aerodactyl's actually the fastest Pokemon in the first generation, I believe.
It might be. It's him and Jolteon and
they're high up.
I think Persian is really high on speed if I remember correctly.
Electrode's really quick as well.
Yeah, actually I think Electro might be the number one. Oh, you said that. Okay. Make sure nobody gets this one. I'm gonna go Nidoqueen.
Ooh. Stalled on that one.
And look at Tongues over there. What a dumb Pokemon.
Not as bad as its evolution.
Oh yeah, what was that? Licky Licky. What a dumb name.
Licky, yeah.
Awful. Whoever thought of that, no.
I like that.
Might be a little bit weird of a pick. Maybe not. Kind of depends on priorities and stuff. I think I'd go Victory Bell.
I was really torn between Victory Bell and Venusaur because I actually like Victory Bell more than Venusaur.
I'm not a fan of Victory Bell, but
Victory Bell's gonna be my next pick.
I thought that you might go with Victory Bell for your next one. That's why I wanted to kind of take it out. And I don't know much about Victory Bell, so there might be some kind of like awesome good moveset that I wouldn't know how to get around.
Honestly, I'm kind of stunned that this Pokemon hasn't been picked yet for this long. So I'm going to take Dugtrio.
Like I said, Dugtrio was one of my go-to boys.
And again,
the first time around.
Super speedy.
Never liked how you have Diglett and Dugtrio, Magnemite, and Magneton. Like they were just like, I don't know what you do. 3 of that one. At the very least, why not have 1 and then 2 and then 3? And then what's with Dodrio? Where it's like, that's 2 and then 3. What happened to the 1? You know?
All right, I'm gonna get Porygon.
Always liked Porygon.
And
I'm gonna make sure not to look at the screen when we're battling.
Yeah.
I was gonna make some kind of a joke, but I held off. And I am gonna get Marowak.
This pig comes with an epilepsy warning.
Nick Marowak. Give Rob a bone.
All right, just to give myself complete coverage, because I just like the symmetry of seeing all my things in like across the line. Give me come.
Wait, who you getting?
It's Mike spelled backwards.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I was like, wait, what did he say?
Yeah, I'm like,
You know what
Hey.
Arbok spelled backwards is? Come.
like didn't hear that right. I'm gonna move these all up so that way I'm not doing this for a long time. While I'm at it, oh, by the way, I kept Eevee there just because Flareon is still technically there.
Well, Eevee, I think you could probably still pick Eevee individually as well if you wanted to.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna go Golem.
Big giant ball of rock.
Very tanky.
He's
And
getting really thick boys.
Yeah.
Electrode.
A really thick ball. He's just put 2 balls on his head.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody using some super quick explosion type thing on me.
That was going to be my plan. I figured I'd have some time to get it later in the day.
Okay. I'm kind of at a point where I can start picking some ones that I just like for the sake of liking them. Kabutops.
Bless you.
Do they have Kaboo bottoms? That's the point.
Give me Hypno. And give me Rapidash, because that thing looks fucking cool. I've always liked the look of Rapidash.
I
You know what's really good? The My Little Pony edition in the in Sword and Shield.
I did a 2-stage thing with Rapidash in my my breakdown. One of them is like a flying Pegasus, flying type, and I think fairy, if I remember correctly. And the other one, instead of Rapidash being just a regular horse that does that, it's got another evolution to it where it becomes a chariot, like a Chariots of Fire. So it becomes fire and steel type, and it's called Chariot.
You love your puns, don't you?
I fucking love it. That's one of the best things about Pokemon. Like when you look at something like the Star U and Star Me. Of course, we've got Star We, Star Us.
Slowbro.
Ah,
That was one of the ones I think that you would get at some point.
I do like that family. Can't get Slow King, unfortunately.
Yeah. I will go with. We'll go Hitmonlee. And
nickname him Bruce.
nah, Jason.
No
Jason
Kathy.
Lee.
Kathy Lee.
Yeah, just Gifford. And I'll go Ninetales.
I like Ninetales. Ninetales is a really good looking Pokemon.
Nickname it Kato.
Yeah. Ninetales is a fire fairy or a fire psychic in mine. I forget. Because it should be. Obviously, it's not going to be firefighting or fire fairy or fire psychic on the battle thing because we're not fucking around with that. Tony's rules, like that kind of thing.
I feel like I had one in my head just a second ago, but then I've just like let it slip.
So that's Butterfree then? Just say
Bye,
it.
Butterfree.
You're my only
are
good
supposed to be-
Pokemon at this point.
I'm gonna cosplay this thing as Ash and just give all my Pokemon away after I'm finished.
Right, yeah. Just get Primeape and go like, I don't need you anymore. And like, you know.
I'm gonna go with just because I love it, Pidgeot.
Really, you're a fan of Pidgeot? I'm not.
I always got Pidgey at the start of it, and I just honestly, it's a fucking grind to get there, to get to Pidgeot to finally get an evolution. But I think he's majestic.
I'll agree with that.
That was always one of the ones where it's like I got Pidgeotto, but you know what? By this point, I've got something else. See ya.
Give me Meowth just because.
Just Meowth or
Meowth.
Persian?
Well,
I'd take Persian if I were you.
yeah, I'll take Persian.
Take Persian, but he can talk.
Yeah, there you go.
You basically got. Hang on, you've got all of Team Rocket's main team.
You got Weezing, Arbok, Persian.
It's a damn shame I can't get Wobbuffet.
I mean, Tony's got Victory Bell, so it's a little bit different with that as well.
Who had Victory Bell?
James.
That's right. Yeah, he used to like eat them all the time.
Yeah.
And give me Dugong.
Hey, Dugong. The thing's just called Seal. Like, come on.
But look, he's a little boy. Like, come on. That's a cute Pokemon, darn it.
Dugong. It's like it got bonked in the head or something.
I realized that I just applied Caroline logic. Come on.
Okay. I will take.
If Caroline was doing this, she'd be like, "They're all good boys," but she would go Bulbasaur first. What are you picking?
Vileplume.
Oddish is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. Oddish is fucking adorable. If they were real, that would be one of the first ones I'd be like, just give me one of those little guys.
I would be tempted to smoke it.
I always thought it was more of like an onion. Because a mandrake is like a vegetable, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine that. I imagine it would be a vegetable, but then again, I'd feel less mean about smoking it than I would eating it.
Maybe
the leaves I'd smoke.
Maybe the way around it is to smoke up with Oddish. I say that as somebody who has never tried weed. So
I mean, to be fair, it probably wants to be either smoked or eaten, so it doesn't turn into glue.
Maybe it just uses stun spore. Okay, is there anything I can spoil? I guess at this point, probably nobody is going to use anybody that's this far down. So I guess I'll just grab some ones that I like. I like Sandslash. He's cool looking.
He's good.
Sandshrew is very cute. And I'll get Golbat. Because he looks pretty cool.
The most annoying Pokemon in ever existed. Not Golbat, it's
Zubat. Oh man. The amount of times you fight Geodude and Zubat in these games.
Took a trip to Mount Moon. Never got out. Look through.
Also, Golbat's like pretty fast too with the Eviolite. I don't want people using that.
I'll take Magmar.
I always thought Magmar looked weird as all hell.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've got Electabuzz, and I kind of feel like he's his fiery cousin.
Yeah. Electabuzz, Magmar, and Jinx are kind of like a group. It's a weird three.
Give me Scyther. And give me, because it's still there, Flareon.
So what was your reason for not picking Scyther? Because
it's bug flying type, which means that if you ever put it up against already bug types are basically going to be killed by fire types anyway. But it just means that okay, I'm facing Electabuzz and I'm still fucked, whereas Pinsir's not. So I try and prioritize single type picks where possible, just because it limits the amount of weaknesses.
I highly doubt he'll be in my 6, but
no, exactly. At this point, I was kind of just waiting to pick him just because he's fucking awesome. Just it's Cypher. But I will go with Kingler.
I like Kingler.
Yeah. There's another one that was just like I was so happy when he got his moment in the first in the Pokemon like Johto, not Johto League, the Kanto League finals, where he evolved from where Ash's Krabby evolves into Kingler. That's so cool.
So I went ahead and I picked a Helix fossil. If I didn't tell you what I picked, I'm sure you would have asked. And, ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm.
I'm a dry mango.
If anybody gets that reference. And I'll go with, I guess, Primeape.
Yeah, you're a Primeape kind of guy.
So for anybody who's listening to the audio only, by the way, these are the ones that are left. The Butterfree line, the Beedrill line, the Raticate line, the Fearow line, Parasect, Venomoth, Tentacruel, Farfetch'd, Dodrio, Cloyster, Lickitung, Tangela, Seadra, Seaking, and plain old Eevee.
So in which case I'm going to take Cloyster.
I was thinking about picking up Shoulder and Cloyster, obviously.
I'll take plain old Eevee.
Adorable.
Eevee's so cute. I'm really getting into I'm going to pick them because they're cute.
Yeah.
And in the complete opposite of that, give me Raticate.
I enjoy Raticate and Rattata.
Do you guys subscribe to the whole theory that Blue's Raticate dies and that's why he's in Lavender Town?
No.
I mean, I understand the reason behind it, so I wouldn't be against it. I actually subscribe to the theory that someone posited the fact is that he, in that previous battle that you have with Blue, you kill his Rattata.
Yeah, that's that whole why he goes into there. Yeah.
He could have died by any other reason, but I like to think that I killed him.
Yeah.
So, looking through my things. I'm becoming a water trainer at this point, Seadra.
Seadra. There's Horsey. And
unfortunately, can't get Kingdra, so I can't get a Dragon type.
Yeah. If we were doing Gen 1 and Gen 2, I'm sure Kingdra would have gone very early.
Mm.
All right, so I'm going to grab... I think I'll grab Fearow. And I'll go Farfetch'd. I like Farfetch'd. He's a cool little dude.
One of the Pokemon that was kind of happy that got an evolution in the most recent edition.
Surfetch'd.
I will take Tentacruel.
Got that one right on who would end up with Tentacruel.
I was sitting on him for a while.
I haven't pointed out. At the end of this, I'm going to point out the ones that I thought would go in your guys' directions.
Give me Seaking.
Yes. Seaking was my absolute worst one. I didn't want to end up with Seaking at the end. I'm like, I don't like Seaking.
Well, that's not nice, Tony. Come on.
And why does it go from like a very like the Goldeen is like feminine and then Seaking is Seaking? Why did they have like Seaking? They didn't have to name it King.
Well, it's like calling calling a Pokemon Golduck, and actually the gold one is the one that it's previous.
That's just ridiculous. I don't understand that at all. And for that matter, why the hell does Venonat resemble Butterfree and Venomoth resembles Caterpie and Metapod? They clearly messed those two up and don't want to admit it, you know? Tinfoil hat.
And also, just because we're down to not the bottom, but we're down. So give me Lickitung. Because like
There's
again,
one
like,
that's definitely, I was like, Rob's getting look at time.
of course I am. Because like, look at it.
It's just like, well.
Hey pal, you want some ice cream?
Just give him a bunch of envelopes. Here, seal these.
I will get Butterfree.
See you later, Butterfree. I hope that you have fun with your girlfriend. Bye.
I wish he'd come back at some point. It's like there's just like a clip on YouTube that I saw of like Butterfree returns. It's just like, oh
Yeah, and it's like badass. It beats everything.
yeah.
I believe I told Tony this, but Metapod, just I look at Metapod and I see poop. I just literally see a turd.
Man, I wouldn't like to have your diet.
I'm going with my fiance. I'm getting Tangela. I always say that when she's got her really curly hair going on, that she's got the Tangela thing going on.
The only pure grass type in Gen 1.
That's different in mine too. I make a 3-stage thing based off of tumbleweed. And it's Tangleweed, I think is the name of it. At the end or something. I don't know. Whatever it is. Check it out on the Fanboys Fix It thing. And all right, so my second pick here is down to the Parasect line, the Venomoth line, the Dodrio line, and the Beedrill line. So I'm gonna go Beedrill. Beedrill, it's pretty cool looking. I was so mad when I got Beedrill in the games, and I thought that it was gonna be this like badass because it looks like it, and it just sucks. You know? I'm like, oh, this thing's gonna be so cool. It's got these giant needles, and it's got this whole big like it's like a wasp. Like a wasp stings you, it's gonna really like hurt. And then when it comes down to it, you're like, oh, this thing gets whooped by every freaking type, basically.
Lickitung was my last pick, and I'm okay with it.
So I will take Dodrio.
That leaves me with Parasect and Venomoth, then.
Which one are you picking first? What's going to be the last?
I'll get Venomoth first.
So Paris.
I honestly thought Parasect was going to be the last pick.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that no one was going to pick that one. Because I think at this point, people were going to pick ones that they actually resonate with. And I don't think anyone's ever thought of Parasect in a positive light, really. It's like they don't think of it either as a good Pokemon or in any way particularly endearing. So
here are some of the ones that I thought that you guys would end up getting in different ways. I thought Alakazam for Callum for sure. I actually thought that Rob would get Gengar. I thought that would be one of your first picks. I thought if I could get Mewtwo first, Callum would go Alakazam to balance out the Mewtwo, and Rob would go, well, screw you both, I'll get a Ghost type and get Gengar. So I was wrong about that. Let's see, go down this list. I'll go down Callum's list first. I thought that I could get Arcanine. I didn't think either of you two were going to end up going with that one, so I was kind of surprised that Callum got him. Arcanine's a him, in my mind. I thought Rob would do Machamp. I thought I would end up...
He just happened to get him before me.
I thought I'd end up with Tauros, because I thought that somebody would take Snorlax beforehand. Tauros was my number 2 with the tanky normal types. What else we got going on here? I thought that Rob would get Muck. I figured Callum would get Cloyster. On the Rob side of things, I thought Callum would get Blastoise.
I would have done if he wasn't picked.
But you didn't. Nah.
I did not expect Rob to get Zapdos. I thought I could get away with Zapdos.
Oh, that was almost my first pick.
That was a big steal from my team. I was like, that would have been my number 3 choice. I would have gone Mewtwo and then either Dragonite or Blastoise and then Zapdos. Unless, of course, like the Dragonite and Blastoise were both, but then it would have been Mewtwo, then Dragonite, then Blastoise, then Zapdos. I thought Callum would get Clefable.
I thought we were going to share out the 3 tanky, big, normal fairy types. I thought one of us was going to get Clefable, one of us was going to get Wigglytuff, and the other one was going to get Chansey.
I thought that Callum was going to get Magneton. I know Rob was going to get Mr. Mime. I just know it. I was like, that's definitely happening.
Now, what goes through your mind there? You're just like, that's stupid. That looks like Rob. Like, let's fucking go.
I'm like, Rob's going to pick the goofy psychic one. Like, you would pick Mr. Mime over Jinx, for sure. Because you'd be like, Mr. Mime's so weird. Like,
Jinx was on the list, but Mr. Mime would almost be like the sidekick. Like, I would have this thing.
Right. He'd totally be your bud. That's the thing. I thought that Callum would end up with Persian. I thought Callum would get Flareon more than Vaporeon.
No, I've never ever used Flareon.
And on my end, for the ones that you guys got, or that you guys didn't get that I thought you might grab, I thought that Callum would get Chansey.
Thinking about it.
I thought Rob would get Moltres if I couldn't, if I knocked out Charizard, or Callum knocked out Charizard. I thought you'd go Moltres.
But you didn't.
I was certain Callum was going to get Gyarados. That was one.
I don't like Gyarados.
I'm very surprised about that one.
I mean, he's cool, but he's just useless.
And I think that's it. Actually, the ones that I was like, okay, I'm leaning towards that might happen. Some of them were really surprising. I did not think that Zapdos would go that way. I didn't think that I'd get Venusaur stolen away. I'm surprised at how high up Poliwrath was taken.
I was considering taking him before Rob got him. So
I'm surprised a little bit about Articuno being your pick, Callum. After you're like, I'm not really prioritizing the legendary birds.
He's just lucky because that was high up on my list too. Just because.
Well, because I thought that eventually one of you guys were going to take it. I thought, well, if I'm going to do complete type coverage, I need the ice type, and he's the best ice type. So
you're a dick.
Hey, you went with he on Articuno. I always thought more she.
You go with she.
Yeah. I always think Zapdos and Moltres are more masculine and Articuno is more feminine.
I think Moltres is the feminine one out of the 3 of them.
Yeah. I would go that way too.
And that's our groups. Mm-hmm. So how do you guys want to do this? Did we wait to pick our 6? Do we have more time, or should we pick our 6 now?
I think we should pick our 6, and we should pick them in like a 1, 2, 3 order. So it's not a case like we all just pick our 1, 6, and then we counteract our team based on that. I almost feel like we should, in our minds, have our 6 in there already, or write down what we think our 6 is going to be, or something to that extent, because I don't want to basically judge our team on the other person or counteract against it.
All right, let me. I'm gonna get a spreadsheet that's out of here, so you guys can't see it.
I mean, I'm gonna highlight who on my little spreadsheet that I've got going simultaneously. I'm just gonna highlight the 6 that I'm going with. Because I know there's a very good chance that when I pick these 6, something's going to happen that's going to fuck me over. But, it is actually really tricky to pick 6 out of this.
Yeah, kind of struggling here.
Yeah, because there's obvious ones that we know that people are going to pick based on their list of things, so I kind of need to.
I said, if I could have a team of 6 Lickitungs, I would.
I need one more. I might. Yeah, I have 5 down right now, so I'm kind of like.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking between some of these ones. I'm actually going to go with that instead. It's a bit of an odd one. I'm going to try it. Okay, I've got my 6. Honestly, it's not the 6 that I assumed when I was going into this, but I thought it's might work.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not getting the 6 that I wanted at first. I mean, that again, because to me, I was like, I really, really
Not
want.
even when I drafted them. Not even when I started drafting them, I didn't know which 6 I was going to go with, or I didn't assume that I'd go with this 6.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Should we reveal when you're ready, Tony? Should we reveal them one at a time, so we're a bit like bit of tension added to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, if I go with this kind of thing, it might not be the way that I wanted. If I
I mean, I'm thinking there's a lot of chance that the picks that I'm going to go with are suboptimal in certain ways, but I'm going to risk it. At the end of the day, like one of you could pick an entire team which basically just completely counteracts my one. I'm just screwed, but got to just hope for the best.
All right, I think I got my thing sorted out. Actually, wait. Is Wigglytuff a fairy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part fairy.
Totally don't remember about that.
I think it's a normal fairy. I think in the most recent editions, Clefable was pure fairy.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
But yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll go first then.
Make your first pick.
Pretty obvious.
Mewtwo, yeah.
Give me a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna go Mewtwo.
All right. Well, my first pick is Alakazam.
My first pick is Zapdos because might actually just be my favorite.
Good old chicken.
My second name is Blastoise.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I'm taking Arcanine into battle.
I am gonna go Lapras and Nidoking.
Taking Articuno. I'm not just picking people with A.
Yeah, dude, team right now is Rob says,
Clefable, I choose you. And following that up, I choose Charizard.
I'm bringing Dragonite to the party.
Dragonite to the fight.
I'm gonna go Snorlax and Jolteon.
I'm taking Machamp.
So now your team is damn.
I'm taking Raichu. And I will round out this team with the big rocky snaky boy Onyx.
Big rocky snaky boy Dugong.
And yes, I did pick my 6 right off the bat.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah. You got most of yours here. You're rounding your
Well,
no, you can't. Because I think you picked lower down, right?
Yeah, well,
1,
yeah,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Machamp's
Yeah.
lower down there. And my final pick is even lower down than that one. It's Starmie.
Yeah, I was really sad when you got that.
Yeah, I thought that Starmie would be one of those ones that I could maybe squeak by. So here's where my thought process is. These are the ones that I'm thinking about. There's these ones are all the ones that I'm kind of debating about. I don't think I'm going Mew because Mew is a utility, kind of just use it for whatever type of thing. And I was choosing Mew to make sure that nobody else got Mew rather than actually do that. I'm a big fan of Exeggutor, but that was going to be one of my backups if I couldn't get Mewtwo because that would be like a psychic type. So I don't think I'm going that. Moltres. In the grand scheme of things, I think if you guys have a single rock move, I'm screwed on that. So it's down to these, and I'm taking Wigglytuff out. So it's either Chansey or Kangaskhan. And there's some major benefits to both. I think I'm going to go Chansey. Which is not at all the team that I was expecting that I would have. I had ahead of time my go-to game plan. I'll show you on my screen here. This is my breakdown that I had. I wanted Mewtwo, Dragonite, Blastoise, Snorlax, Nidoking, and Zapdos.
That'd be pretty strong.
Because I had like, all right, if I can't get Mewtwo or Mew, I could either get Starmie, Exeggutor, or Alakazam as my main psychic, and then all right, let me go with Dragonite. Let me do Blastoise and Lapras, and that's kind of how I broke this all down. That's why like Pinsir's all the way down there. I'm like, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Pinsir sucks. And these were my like, it's Fairy, it's Ghost. Let's go around there. And then all the way on the end here is Seeking. Absolute last.
I would say that I was very, very close to putting Pinsir into my 6, just because I knew you would pick Mewtwo.
Really? Does Pinsir have like a really good like counter to Mewtwo?
He's bug type. Bugs strong, super effective against poison. Against psychic types.
I thought that he probably could get stomped with something else.
Potentially, yeah. Or he would definitely, but I would only use him to counter Mewtwo.
That's true.
And then wait for him to die to
whatever is next.
Whatever fire type you had or anything. But yeah, I just would have given him like, I don't know. I can't remember what particular
Megahorn or something. I think.
Yeah, I assume he can use Megahorn or something like that. And then, I mean, realistically, if I wanted to, I could have picked Rhydon and given him Megahorn probably, because I assume he could use it as well. But I mean, to be honest, the most interesting thing about who we've picked in our teams is actually what moves we're going to end up giving them as well.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Somebody, I guarantee you, is going to watch the moveset and they're going to be like, how did you run this type of thing with whatever? And I'll be like, Jolteon uses Thunderbolt because it looks cool. Should we do any other picks, or should we save that for another time?
I think this is a well that we can tap into quite a lot.
Yeah, if we keep this in the future, we might just revisit this as far as like, especially now that we have like down here on the sides, if we decided to do like, all right, first stage evolutions or whatever, we know that like Callum's got a hell of a lot of picks. Look at that. All those greens. So he's going to whoop our asses if we do that. I think I got the least amount. So I'm screwed.
Well, I'd probably allow it to actually go all over again, rather than just say, okay.
Do another draft.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold you to just picking your current teams.
Yeah, we could always do that too. Well, if you guys really, really like this too, then we could do a Generation 2 draft. We could do some kind of like, well, we're only drafting fire types. There's a lot of different things that we could do here. This is something that, like Rob said, this is a well we can tap into quite a bit. It all depends on if you guys really like it. If you don't, then we'll just do whatever we find fun, because the whole point of this was we thought it would be kind of fun, and we thought that you guys might find it be fun too.
So I am of the belief, and this is Tony's show, and I don't want to step on him too much, but I'm very much of the belief that in 2021 we have kicked it up so many notches with Fanboys Anonymous, and you should at least consider subscribing to the $5 tier. I think doing the battle at the $5 tier, it's not like, I don't think $5 is too heavy, and do want a lot of people to see this, but you guys gotta subscribe because we're killing it on Fanboys.
I fully agree. I think with the amount of content that we are giving you guys this time around, there isn't really an excuse that we're not giving you $5 worth of content a month. Especially if you're a big fan of the James Bond film franchise. We're doing a review to a kill, which is our breakdown of the whole entire film franchise. I'm going to go ahead, since we are on screen here, I'm going to go to fanboysanonymous.com. I'm going to show you guys, just in case you don't know what's going on here. A review to a kill. At the time that we were recording this, You Only Live Twice is the most recent episode, but we've recorded all the way through The Man with the Golden Gun by March 3rd when we're doing this. So, check that out. As I mentioned before, if you check all these different types of other things that we've got going on, there's plenty of other types of content. Of course, some of them don't get cycled through as much because, I don't check out theater. So like theater type stuff, literature, it's not going to be my thing, but I've been stepping up the game with the video game stuff. And I do think that, for instance, you would be interested in these. Here you go. You got my breakdown of how I think that Janine should not have replaced Koga. Here's that whole Pokédex and the redo of Generation 1 that I mentioned. So just a quick thing for anybody that's interested in this. Like, here's like, you know what? No Slowbro in my game. And people will be like, what? No Victory Bell in this game. No Dodrio. That kind of a thing. And getting into... There's the Nidoking line. Not at all named Nido anything. So, yeah, something that you might want to check out here if you're interested in these kind of things. If you want to know why Bigly Buff is a thing. So, check that out if you're interested. Obviously, subscribe to this channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And check out the merchandise shops on TeePublic and Redbubble. And do all the stuff that you would do to support this channel and help us grow, because it is greatly, greatly appreciated, including just dropping a comment below on YouTube. Tell us your thoughts on this. Do you think we've got any kind of favorites on this list right now that we can look forward to? Like, oh, Callum's going to stomp all three, or something. All two of us, not three of us.
I went into this assuming Callum was going to beat the shit out of all of us, actually.
I assume Callum's going to end up winning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably am the one that's more recently into the series and stuff like that, so I do have moves in mind. And
Callum,
like
you better stomp the shit out of all of us.
I mean, I can only do that if I give one of my Pokemon Stomp.
Ah, fair enough.
Oh yeah, well, return. Wait, that's not how that works. What's the other one? Counter. There you go. There you go. See, Callum already won because I did return instead. So yeah, follow all that stuff. Follow me at Tony Mango. Follow the pro wrestling stuff. If you're interested in moves like slam and submission. They don't have RKO in there or Sweet Chin Music, but that's happening over on smarkoutmoment.com. Check that out. Follow the Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and do all the stuff that you would do over there, the same as you would do with the Fanboys Anonymous content. And if you are interested in pro wrestling stuff, then you should check out the other things that these guys have going on. Callum?
One of the things we've got going on, of course, is the Paul Heyman SmackDown podcast, which is coming to an end very shortly, but it's over on smarkoutmoment.com, the Smarkout Moment YouTube channel. Check out every single episode that we've done. There's a good about 40 odd episodes where me and Rob have gone back to the year 2002 and 2003, checked out every single episode of SmackDown that had Paul Heyman as the head writer. So you can check out every single episode there.
At the time of recording, we're going to record our final episode, at least in the chronological covering of SmackDown, tomorrow. And it's like, wow, what a journey.
Yeah, it's going to be it's been an emotional journey. We still have a few more things to do, like another final episode where we're going to just do a bit of a roundup, and we're going to do a review of WrestleMania 19.
And I think I can say this, like, even if it's just me and Callum and we have to set a time, I want to actually watch the show and give it like a watch along feature.
It would be good to do something like that, even if we have to do it like privately rather than share it with you guys and just do a usual review. But we'll end up doing something to that extent, hopefully. Other than that, just check out allsmarkoutmoment.com, and all the articles are on there. I usually do the power rankings, which is just ranking all the wrestlers, the best 10 wrestlers of the week. But other than that, you can, other than that, there's all other great articles on there as well, like the Battle of the Brands and Triple Threats and all the other great stuff there. And you can follow me on Twitter at WeekMeister14.
Yes, and you can follow me on Twitter at DudeFelice. Check out everything I'm doing over at Fightful.com, everything I'm doing over at WrestleZone.com. April will be a busy month. We got Fastlane on the WWE side of things coming this month. We've got WWE moving to Peacock coming this month. I'm sure we'll be talking more about that over on Spark at the moment as well. And yeah, just keep subscribing. I enjoyed this. I think I have made my claim as a member of Team Rocket, and
Yeah.
now I'm blasting off again.
And if you did like this, check out the mock drafts that we did over on Smart MM. You can see one here up on the screen, the mock draft of the WWF roster from 1996. If you are following the Smart MM and stuff, you'll see here on the current events, we've got the Smart Madness tournament going on right now. So go ahead and vote on the best pay-per-view name of all time. We've got AEW Revolution and Fastlane and everything else coming up, but you're probably more on the fanboy stuff. I don't know exactly when you were listening to this, when things will pop up next, but we've got some movies in the pipeline. So we're going to be watching, like, for instance, the Mortal Kombat movie. We're going to do some kind of either a watch along, or I'm thinking more so with that because it'll be up on HBO Max. I think it might be good to do a watch along. The Godzilla versus King Kong, that's another one. Maybe that would be fun to do.
Also a watch along.
A watch along, or at the very least a review point. We got another DC animated movie coming out, I'm pretty sure, pretty soon. Whatever it might be, I don't know. And in the past, we've done things like the watch alongs of the 2 first Pokemon movies. And if you are interested in that, you can find that up on the YouTube channel as well, where we have these existential crises where we're just sort of like, oh my God, this is terrible. Why are they talking about how this little girl is dead? What happened? I don't remember this as a kid, you know? So, you know, if you hop on over to any of the stuff under a mango tree and you like what you see, click around some more and you'll find some more stuff that you like. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you enjoy the battle that's coming up on the Patreon. Remember, it's patreon.com/fanboysanonymous. And we will see you when we see you, everybody. But for now, it's time for us to geek out.